Hello, and welcome to Marriage Taboo. My name is LaWanda Dene, and I want to thank you for joining us today. Today's taboo subject is no sex to mo sex. Let's get started.
So a funny thing happened. After I made my last video on living in a sexless marriage, I started getting emails from people asking for more information. They were asking me things like, give us a couple of suggestions. So I thought about it and I decided to come to you again today on the same subject. But this time I'm going to give you some tips that may help your marriage go from no sex to mo sex. So let's get started. So before we get started, I have a question. And this is a very important question that you need to answer. If you are in a sexless marriage, ask yourself, when did all this start? What was the cause of all of this? Because once you can establish how this all started, you can start making repairs. I believe a sexless marriage is repairable. I'm going to give you some pointers or tips, whatever you might want to call it today, and hopefully you'll be able to implement them to the best of your ability, but have fun doing it. Because at Marriage Taboo, we only do things that are fun. So let's get ready to talk about some of them. I believe that communication is paramount in any relationship. And sometimes people don't speak, or couples don't speak about those things that make them uncomfortable because they believe they are saving their partner from being hurt or protecting them in some nature. But would you consider that sometimes the things you think are difficult to discuss can be not that big of a deal? Your partner may not even find that what you're talking about is hurtful. So one thing we need to do is stop making assumptions about what is correct or what is wrong, what is hurtful. Let your partner determine if what you're saying is hurtful. So my first question to you is, when was the last time you complimented your partner, your husband or wife? Think about it. Because sometimes when you're in a marriage, you forget to do the simple things, like a basic compliment. I would suggest doing things like telling your husband or wife, well, your wife, I like how that dress is fitting you. Say these things before she goes to work, because you're going to make sure her day starts off right. A compliment always creates a smile. And she's probably going to think, what's up with him? That's new. He hasn't done that in a long time. But she will remember that. And I think she's going to want to dress cute every time she goes to work. She's going to want to feel sexy every time she goes to work, because I'm sure she's been waiting for compliments. And ladies, for your husbands, tell them, they look good with those jeans. Let them know that, their ass look good in those dress pants, or they're smelling good. Tell them, their haircut is really nice. It's very sexy. Start off with simple compliments. Don't overdo it. Your partner's going to say, what's up with them? Why are they trying too hard? But just be subtle. And you don't have to do it every day, but just catch them by surprise. That's good enough. By catching them by surprise, I'm sure that hasn't happened in a long time, because I'm sure they're already saying they know you better than you know yourself. So surprise them with a compliment. That's not too hard to do. Here's one I've done. I have called my husband or said this before he left for work. I'll say things like, you smell so good and you look good, baby. I think I might have to come to your job for lunch. I think I need to remind certain chicks that you're married. And they may look at you like you're crazy or just think you're funny. Sometimes people like to know there's a little bit of jealousy still left in the relationship. Now, this is a warning. Now, when you say that you're going to come to their job for lunch, look at their facial expressions. Or if you're on the phone and you say that, see if there's any silence, because truth be told, they may not even want you to come to their job for various reasons. They have a work wife or work husband, and they don't want you to meet them because they don't want you to ruin their joy. So they don't want you to come to their job. And if you don't know what a work husband or a work wife is, this is the person that's bringing them joy, bringing them relief. They're laughing with them, and sometimes there's some flirting, but it's fun. Is more exciting than being at home with you. So don't ruin it for them. Let them have a work husband or a work wife. But just catch the signs when you say, I'm going to come to your job for lunch. See how their face looks. See how they respond. And if you see they're not too happy about that, leave them alone and let them have some fun. Many couples in a sexless marriage forget how it feels to be touched because you're not being intimate anymore. So you don't touch each other. So I would tell you this. If you're the one desiring sex in the relationship, I would say start treating yourself well. Pamper yourself. Start touching yourself. I'm not trying to say anything. Like when you come out the shower, lotion your body really good with a nice smelling lotion, scratch and oil your scalp. Just enjoy the feeling of touch with yourself. Get your mind out the gutter. I'm just saying put lotion on your body. So once you start touching yourself and get used to being touched again, you can start trying to share that feeling with your partner. Tell your partner, I found this great lotion. Make sure you're in the room putting it on your feet. So when he comes in, it doesn't look like it's staged. Just say, you want to feel it? Let me put some on your feet. And you do the greatest foot massage you ever did. And he's going to realize that feels really good. I like that lotion. And you can say, I know, right? It's great. The point is, don't be so obvious, but you can test it on him or her and just be a part of the moment. See their facial expressions while you're giving them a foot massage. Something as simple as that. A good scalp massage is great too. They make these little things that got these prongs. Something that goes on top of your head and it's like it has these prongs. It looks like a spider. I don't know if you've ever seen those, but they give great scalp massages. Buy one of those. And the next time, use it on yourself. And when your partner comes into the room, just say, babe, you need to see how this feels. And give them a scalp massage like no other. They're going to love that. And it's going to feel so good. They need to know how it feels to feel good again. And it's going to be through your touch. When you think about touching your partner, right, there's a connection with something. I don't really know what the connection is. You guys can figure that out on your own. But when you give yourself like a massage on your legs, or you are rubbing your feet, or scratching your scalp, or scratching your back, right? Has anyone ever noticed how good that feels? A good back scratch? A good scalp scratch? I would think it feels like, you see a dog, when you see a dog, right? Don't laugh at me. When you see a dog, right, and they're getting a good itch and their leg is shaking and it's like the best scratch ever, there gotta be a connection between back scratches, scalp scratches, and foot massages. You guys in the comments, tell me what the connection is. I'm curious because those are the greatest sensations ever. There got to be a connection. If it's been a long time since you've been touched by your partner, don't feel like you're by yourself. I was watching this Netflix show. It was about couples who had lost the intimacy in their relationship. And there were several couples, and there were couples of all age groups. That's what I liked about it. And they were talking about how they didn't realize or recognize their partner's touch. And I found that very sad, but it's something that's realistic for many couples. I only followed the couple that resembled my husband and myself. I only followed the couple that I had something in common with. I thought, this reminds me of my relationship. I lost a lot of the information in that session. I wasn't really listening. I was just following one couple because they were cute. They were interesting. They had a hard time reconnecting with each other. Your girl kept fast forwarding. You know me, I'm not going to stay there and watch other couples that I'm not interested in. It's a good show. It's on Netflix. I wish I knew the name of it. But what I'm saying to you is, I mentioned that show so you don't feel like you're the only one who forgot how it feels to be touched by your partner. There are many people going through this struggle in their marriage, but they're working on it. One thing I would tell you to do is seek out counseling. These people were on a show and they had so many therapists around them, sex therapists, all types of treatment available to them. And they took the risk to fix their marriage. You can do the same thing. You might need to seek out a sex therapist. She can probably open up or awaken some things that's been asleep for so long or closed. But you cannot always fix everything. But I think a sex therapist can start the path for you. And even if you're uncomfortable going to a sex therapist, right? What if you just read a book together on this subject and then you guys share your feelings and thoughts about the book? This is a good solution. You are a couple and you can be fixed. Do the work. It's worth it. I have another good suggestion. A sex toy shop. Have you ever gone to one of those? They are so fun. I have enjoyed many opportunities going to one of these shops, and I've gone with my husband. And let me tell you something. We had so much fun. I picked up everything, tried to figure out what it did. My husband was looking at things like they were weird, like where did they go? I knew where they go because guess what, y'all? This is something you need to know about me. There was a point in time where I used to sell sex toys. I used to do demonstrations. I know. I am so sexy. I know you see it. I had a great time. It was mostly women, and then I did some couple ones because men were interested too. They wanted to know what to buy for their wives. And when I was with the girls, oh my God, we had so much fun. We laughed, we joked. I demonstrated products on them. So going into a sex toy shop was very fun to me, and especially watching my husband pick up things like either he was in fear or it was too complicated for him. So I had to educate him. But try that. Take a risk and have fun in your marriage, because what I've learned about going to some of these shops is that the people who work there are very informative. They know about every product and they can tell you how it will work, what is the best product for your relationship. You can ask them questions privately, but it's a great experience. And I even have gone there with some of my best friends. Now that's a different situation. When you go with your best friends, you're going to have a lot of laughter, a lot of fun. We talk stuff about our husbands or our boyfriends or our partners. And we talk about, they would never do that. They would never let me do that. And it's fun because we just talk all day about it, and it's a fun opportunity to be with your friends and to share that experience. So go and do that. Take a chance on having fun in your marriage, because I truly believe your sexless marriage can be saved and it can be improved or repaired. But just do some things that I'm telling you to do at your own time. Get some bravery in you and just say, I'm going to do it. Take a risk. Take the leap. Do it. Here's another one to try. Have you ever heard of speed dating? Well, I did speed dating with my husband and we had so much fun. We went in there acting like we didn't know each other. So I wore like a really sexy outfit. He wore like a really nice outfit and we smelled so good and we looked so desirable, right? So we go inside and they're like equal men, equal women. And so what we realized is that we are highly desirable. This is what happened. My husband was walking around the room meeting different women and then it came to me. And when he realized the guy who was sitting in the seat in front of me didn't want to move, my husband was like, oh man, your time is up. You need to move on to the next woman. And the guy was like, no, I want to talk to her for a little longer. So my husband, being the man that he is, was like, well, if she wanted to talk to you longer, man, she would say she wanted to talk to you longer. Go off the seat. So I'm giggling, right? Because I'm like, oh, I'm feeling good and sexy, right? So my husband got in the seat and he's talking sex and I'm smiling and we looking at each other like we've never seen each other before. And that guy was like a little frustrated with my husband, but it was so cute. They were liking my husband. They were trying to they were giggling, kind of jealous a little bit because I was like, why is she in his face so long? I had to just say, this is just fun for us. We didn't even know we were so desirable. We just was like, we've been feeling each other for so long. We forgot how it felt to be wanted by others. Just go and have fun and try that. And guess what? When we got home, we were all giddy and laughing and talking about our experience and talking about people who were there and how they were acting. But we had so much fun that night we went to bed knowing that other people desire us too. And we just need to just keep it fun in our relationship. Do that in your marriage. Have fun. I'm giving you all these free tips and ideas. Try one. I'm not saying try them all, but try one. Just do it. See what happens. So we're going to move on to the empty nesters. Do we have any empty nesters out there? You guys are so lucky. Oh my goodness. You're going to have greater tomorrows forever. But what are you doing as an empty nester? If you're in a sexless marriage already and you don't have any children at home or any family living with you, how are you guys enjoying each other's company? What are you guys doing? Let me say, if I was an empty nester, I have one fantasy I want to come true. That's one fantasy for me. I want a stripper pole. If my children move out of here, the next day they move, I'm ordering me a stripper pole. Because in my mind, right, I think I'm an athlete. I think I can do anything, but a stripper pole is so sexy, but I can't get it while I have children here. I want to do things fun with my husband on the stripper pole. Listen, I just want to flip my ass upside down and see how far I can go up it and just have fun. And then my other fantasy is just to give my husband a little dance on a stripper pole. I like to keep it fun in my marriage. But as soon as my kids leave this house, it's on. It's on. I'm going to get my stripper pole rapidly delivered quick within 2 or 3 days. I'm going to buy it. It's going to be in that house real quick because I plan on taking some plus size strip tease classes so I can learn how to do it and look cute doing it. I don't want to look crazy trying to be sexy for my husband. You want to do it? Do it. Go get your stripper pole or whatever else you fantasize about. If you're an empty nester, you are in a perfect position to really enjoy your marriage and bring the sex back in your marriage. But you just got to be creative. Think of something you want to do. Guys, tell me, what would you do if you were an empty nester? What would you do? Let me know in the comment section. I would love your feedback. I try to keep this channel as fun as possible. I want to hear all your fun suggestions. Give these people who are experiencing a sexless marriage information on how to repair their marriage. I'm sure if 900 people viewed the other video, I'm sure they're going to come back to view this one. Tell them something. Give them some tips. Let them know what you've done to rekindle the fire. I'm looking forward to your comments. I'm going to read every comment in the comment section, and I'm going to try to respond to all of them. So until next time, this is LaWanda Dene. I appreciate you spending time with me today. So check out our other videos, okay?